leg jacket o kohig with Blevins Dawatong. He jalaki nagine RSU TV G kananu go ka jogat du si ne jalaki a delo coste. Welcome. My name is Wade Blevins, and this is Cherokee 4 here on RSU TV. This is our 13th Cherokee lesson. So I'm very, very happy that that you're here with me today, and that we're exploring our traditional language. If you are Cherokee by blood, then somewhere in your family history, you have ancestors who Cherokee was their first language. And you may have them very, very close. It might be your parents or your grandparents. Or if you're farther removed from your Cherokee heritage, it might be, great-grandparents or great-great-grandparents or those kinds of things. But somewhere back there, I guarantee you, you had a Cherokee speaker in your family or in your history. So this language belongs to all of us. It belongs to all the Cherokee people. And it's my hope that these classes will help you on your way, or will help you gain a little bit of understanding of our language, and not only our language, but also how our culture is structured, and how our ancestors and how our speakers still today, how their brain works and how they think. Because the way our language is structured shapes our brain function. So, and as you gain more fluency in Cherokee, you'll find that it will change how you view the world and how you think, and how you interact with the world around you. So today we're going to go through and we're going to visit one more time the verb to have. We'll revisit it, fairly often, but we're going to visit it again today in a little bit different form. So hopefully that will be of benefit to you. And then we're going to kind of start slogging our way through this pesky pick up or go get verb. It seems to be very variable, highly variable, I guess. Very variable doesn't sound correct. Highly variable and confusing. So we will do our best, and hopefully within the next few lessons we will have one of our first language speakers here visiting us, and maybe we can pick their brain a little bit and try to get some kind of handle on how it functions to a speaker, because you can look at it in the Cherokee dictionary or the online dictionary or a paper dictionary or whatever. You can look at this verb, but it doesn't really tell us how it's used within our communities and how it's used on a day-to-day basis. So hopefully we can get a better idea on how it functions. Okay, so without further ado, come idalena taligi diwone. All right. So this is the verb have, right? Agiha, I have something that's solid or neutral, right? Zaha, you have something solid or neutral. Uha, right? Giniha, oginiha, igiha, ogiha, shtiha, ijiha, uniha, right? This should be fairly familiar to you, right? So if I say, 早哈, how would you translate that? Getohyat jaha yonegigante. So getohyat, how do you say jaha yonegigante in English? Getohyat jaha yonegigante. You have something solid, right? Getohyat stiha. Getohyat stiha yonegigante. Getohyat stiha yonegigante. Stiha, you too have something solid. Getohyat giniha. Getohyat giniha yonegigante. You and I have something solid, giniha. Getohyat uniha. Getohyat uniha. They have it, they have one thing. Getohyat ijiha. Getohyat ijiha. All y'all have it, right? Okay, now let's look at the same verb, but in the past tense. So instead of saying, I have it, let's say, I had it. Okay, so let's look at how the word changes. One of the nice things about this is these verbs are not super difficult in the past. They're not really difficult to change. So I had. So I have an apple. Sancta agiha. I have an apple. Let's say that. I had an apple. Agiha. Agiha. Okay. Agiha. I had an apple. So we could say Santa Casa agiha. Santa agiha. Yesterday, I had an apple. Right. So you can see how really the ha changes to huh. Now if you look, let me see if I can get my pointer to work. If you look here, I have ta huh and a slash and he. Okay? Ja huh and ja he. Okay? But it's not in agiha. You can't say agihe. The reason being that sound is called the reported past. Okay, it means that you didn't really see it yourself, but like someone told you that it happened in the past. Okay, so that's the reason why you can't use that sound when you're talking about yourself, okay? Because if it happened to you, then you know whether it happened or not. It wasn't reported to you, you actually experienced it. So it's kind of an oxymoron to use the reported past when you're referring to yourself, because if you're telling it, it was an experience that actually happened to you. You were there when it happened. So it always has to be, huh. When I first started trying to learn this, it was, I would try to say agihe, and they were like, no, you never say agihe. And I'd be like, well, why not? And they're like, I don't know, you just don't. This is just not, it doesn't make sense. And I was like, oh, okay. Now, also be aware, in some families and among some speakers, this and sound are more interchangeable than they are in English, okay? However, I have never found a speaker that would say like agi he. They always say agi huh, you know, although they may say ja he or ja huh to mean you had it, or ooh huh or ooh he for he or she had it, okay? But I've never heard a speaker say agi he. And so again, as you can see in the first person dual and the first person plural, so gini huh, you and I, again, because you are involved, you can't use the reported past, okay? Because it actually happened and you were involved in it. So you have to use the ending, okay? So, agi huh, I had. Ja huh, you had. Ooh huh, he or she had. Gini huh, you and I had. O gini huh, he and I had, or she and I had. Okay, igi huh, all of us had. Ogi huh, we had it, but you did not. Sti huh, you two had. E.g., huh? All of you had. Uni, huh? They had. Okay? So that's, and then, and again, you could say sti, he, or e.g., he, uni, he, depending on the community or depending on the situation. Like, as I said before, some speakers, it's just a preference, but other speakers use them. The is, kind of indicates that you weren't necessarily there to witness what happened, right? Okay, it's the reported past, okay? So this is for something solid. Now, if we, let's look at I have, or to have something living, okay? So we have agi ka, ja ka, uwe ka. Agi ka, I have it. Ja ka, you have it. Uwe ka, he or she has it. Gini ka, you and I have it. O gini ka, he and I have it. Igi ka, all of us have it. Ogi ka, we have it, but you don't. Sti ka, you two have it. Iji ka, all of y'all have it. Uni ka, they have it. Okay, meaning something alive. And this one probably we feel the most comfortable with because we've used it, we've talked about it a lot. We've talked about it in relation to human beings. We talked about that. We talked about that among some speakers, they use it for, having children when they talk about their kids, and those kinds of things, or he has kids, and duwekom, Joyani Dini Otli duwekom has 3 children. He has 3 children. Now let's look and see how it changes in the past. So as you can see, all they did is add huh, okay, to the end. And again, in the appropriate places, that huh could change to hey. So agi kaha, I had something alive, okay? Za kaha or za kahe, you had something alive. Uwe kaha, he or she had something alive. Or you can say uwe kahe, he or she had something alive. Gini kaha, you and I had something alive. O gini kaha, he and I had something alive. Iki kaha, all of us had something alive. Oki kaha, we had something alive, but you did not. Sti kaha, you two had something alive. Iji kaha, all y'all had something alive. Uni kaha, they had something alive. And again, in sti kaha could be sti kahe, iji kahe, uni kahe. Okay, those could also be done that way. So far the past tense for have is not that difficult. So let's look at having a liquid. Okay, so I have something liquid, agi ne. John ne, you have something liquid, u ne. He or she has something liquid, gini ne. You and I have something liquid, ogini ne. He and I have something liquid, igi ne. All of us have something liquid, ogi ne. We have something liquid, but you don't. Sti ne. You two have something liquid, igi ne. All y'all have something liquid, and uni ne. They have something liquid. Okay? So based on what we have seen, how do you think this would change to be put into the past? So do you think it would be agi na or agi ne? Agi ne, huh? Which one do you which one do you think you would use to create the past? Let's take a look at it and let's see. So, all you do is add huh. Okay? To the end. Or he, depending on the speaker or the verb. Okay? Agi ne, huh? John ne, huh? Un ne, huh? Gini ne, huh? Ogini ne, huh? Igi ne, huh? Ogi ne, huh? Sti ne, huh? Iji ne, huh? Uni ne, huh? Okay? So fairly easy, right? And that's had liquid. Okay? Now, if you were going to say, for example, he was having liquid, then it would be skun. Okay, une skun. Okay, he was having liquid. Okay, but we're just going to put it in simple past. He had liquid. Une, huh? Une, huh? All right. So to have something long. Aquia, I have it. Chuya, you have it. Uwaya, he or she has it. Ginaya, you and I have it. Oginaya, he and I have it. Igaya, all of us have it. Ogaya, we have it, but you don't. Stuya, you two have it. Ichuya, all y'all have it. Unaya, they have it. Okay? Meaning something long and rigid. Again, can you guess how this word would change to make it past tense? Okay? Let's see. Not very different, right? The ya becomes ya, which makes it a little confusing because for some speakers that and sound almost completely interchangeable, to the point that sometimes they will use the when they're writing it, they'll use the syllabary character rather than the ah. Aquia, aquia. See, they don't sound that different, right? Aquia, aquia. That makes more sense. I mean, that sounds a little more different. But in spoken Cherokee, aquia, aquia, they sound almost exactly the same, don't they? Jaya, uwaya, okay, ginaya, okinaya, igaya, okaya, staya, itaya, unaya. Okay, so not very much different. All right, so to have something flexible, akina, I have it. Chana, you have it. Una, he or she has it. Gini na, you and I have it. Okini na, he and I have it. Iki na, all of us have it. Okina, we have it, but you don't. Stina, you two have it. Ichi na, all y'all have it. Uni na, they have it. Meaning something flexible, like paper, cloth, rope, okay, those kinds of things, all right? So again, can you predict how to make the past tense out of that? Okay, let's take a look. Okay, a little bit different, right? Akina, 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 jana, una, kinina, okinina, igina, okina, stina, ichina, unina. Okay, so that one was kind of strange, wasn't it? It was a little bit different. All right, and again, we're looking at the, I just want this, to put this back up for you. So you can make a chart for yourself. Some people like to do that, some don't, you know. Sometimes I kind of like the OCD part of me, I guess, likes to see all of them together and so I can compare them. However, for the purposes of, you know, us actually using the language, and it doesn't really help us that much for most of us. For some of us it does, but for most of us it doesn't. But if you like, you know, you can make your own little chart or whatever. You can take a screenshot of this or, you know, whatever. But I will say that, you know, that the kind of OCD part of me likes, this is satisfying to me. It satisfies something within me to see it all there and it all organized and it all, you know, compared together. But I will also say that as far as actually being able to use the language and stuff, it doesn't help me all that much. But it's nice to look at. And if you're, you know, trying to, let's say if you're, you know, taking a passage of reading and we're looking at a piece of Cherokee, written Cherokee, and we're trying to figure out what's going on, you know, then this might be helpful. However, these are just very simple for intransitive verbs, right? Or for verbs where the object is it or he or she, okay? So please be aware of that it's not all of the verb pronouns, the pronoun prefixes. It's not all of the prefixes that are there. This is just the most basic ones, you know. And hopefully before the end of Cherokee 4, we will get into some of the other ones a little bit. But it gets bizarre. It gets crazy. So, because there's, I don't even know how many there are, you know. It gets exponentially larger. I know at one time, I believe it was Durbin Feeling was talking about a verb, and he was like, you know, there are over 100 ways to conjugate a verb, you know, in Cherokee. So it gets really, really complicated, you know. But luckily, we don't use some of them very often, right? But they're used some. All right. So we talked about this verb to get or to pick up something from the ground. Goutin, goutin, houtin, goutin. I will say goutin is you can use like to pick up something that's alive from the ground, and that's its own little thing, okay? But goutin, houtin, goutin, inutin, ostutin, idutin, ojutin, stutin, ijutin, anutin. So that's how that works. Let's look at picking up something alive, okay? The complicated thing about this is this is how I learned it, okay? Jinegi, hinegi, ganegi, ininegi, ostinegi, idinegi, ojinegi, stinegi, ijinegi, aninegi. However, if you, and let's just real quickly, let's go, let's look at the Cherokee Dictionary, okay, online. So, okay, and as you can see, there's lots of different, so we'll go down to picking up picking it up, something flexible or something alive. So if we look at this verb, okay, it's jinegi, ganegi, right? And then this is the one okay, jinagi, jinagi. However, we have jinegi, okay? This is how it is for me, okay? So, and this is how all the speakers, whenever I was going through this and I was asking, they used ne instead of na. So in the dictionary, it says jinagi, but the speakers, all the speakers that I spoke to, they use ne, okay? Jinegi, hiniki, kaniki. Okay. If we go back to go get it, huiyana. It's nothing like that. Okay, so I'm not sure what's going on there. And again, if we can get a speaker here in the next lesson or so, maybe they can shed a little more light on it. However, if I'm picking up a baby, okay, if I were to say he's picking up a baby, or he's getting a baby, usti wikanegi, okay, he's going and getting a baby, okay. No idea why, it's just one of those things, so I'm getting something alive, and again, according to the speakers that I was speaking to them it's more like a human. Like if I say jineki, it's like I'm going in and getting a person rather than an animal. So, and then to some they would use the gute, so instead, to go and get an animal, to go pick up an animal. So it is very, very confusing, but just be aware that this is what we have so far, All right, so let's try some sentences, okay? So we've got 5 sentences here. I'll give you a few minutes to figure them out. So, okay. So he's picking up a ball. The baby is picking up a snake. They're picking up hickory nuts. Are you all picking up baby ducks? I'm picking up a quarter. Okay? So we'll go through. He's picking up a ball. Okay? The word ball, squatlest. Baby, usti. Snake, inut. Hickory nuts, sohi. Baby ducks, kawana need. Quarter, ginuti. Okay? So he's picking up a ball. He's picking up a ball. I'll give you a few minutes to see if you can come up with how you would say he's picking up a ball. Okay? So go back through. I'll go through and I'll show you this one. Okay? Then I'll show you this one. Okay? All right. So if you have a piece of paper, you can write it down or you can just do it out loud. Okay? So I would probably say something like squatlest gute. Okay? Squatlest gute. He's picking up a ball. Squatlest gute. Okay? He's picking up a ball. Okay? The baby is picking up a snake. Okay, the baby is picking up a snake. And once again, we'll go back. Okay, there's that one. And there's that one. Okay. So, I would probably say na usti, the baby, inad, snake. Okay. And then I would probably use that ganegi. I would probably use that one. However, if you use gute, okay, you can use that. And you can also put we in front of it. You could say inad, we ganegi, na usti. Or you could say inad, we gute, na usti. You know, you can do it either way. And actually, whenever I spoke to several speakers, they did it a couple of different ways. So some of them used gute, some of them used ganegi. Okay? So on that one, you can do it either way. Okay? They are picking up hickory nuts. They are picking up hickory nuts. Sonhi or son or sonhi. They are picking up. So again, we'll go back through. I'll leave this one up for a few seconds and let you look through it. And I'll leave this one up for a few seconds for you to look at. Okay? So they are picking up hickory nuts. Okay? They are picking up hickory nuts. They are picking up hickory nuts. Okay? So I would probably say sohi, danute, okay? Or sohi we danute, okay? I think either one is okay. Sohi danute or sohi we danute, okay? Are all y'all picking up the baby ducks? So are all of you picking up the baby ducks? Again, let's go back to our little cheat sheets. All of you, all of you, all of you, all of you. Okay. Okay. Are all of you picking up the baby ducks? Baby ducks, kawon a need, Okay, kawona need. Okay. I think it would probably be something like DG negi. So DG negis na kawona need. DG negis na kawona need. Okay. DG negis na kawona need. Okay. I'm picking up a quarter. Okay. I'm picking up a quarter. Quarter is gute, or ginut, sorry. Ginut, ginut is a quarter. Okay, I'm picking up a quarter. Okay, ginut. Oh, again, let's look at our little verb charts here. So would you use one of the verbs from here? Or would you use one from here? Okay, I'm picking up a quarter. I'm picking up a quarter. Ginut, gute. Okay, ginut, gute is probably what I would say. Ginut, gute. Okay, so and as I said, as I was going through these, pretty much every speaker had a different way of saying it, and that's okay. You know, there's probably in their head when I'm asking them, you know, they're interpreting the words slightly differently. The picture that's forming in their head is a little bit different for each one. So, squatlest gute, he's picking up a ball. Could also be, I'm picking up a ball, you know. You could even probably say squatlest we gute, right? He's going and picking up a ball, right? Inat kanegi na usti, okay? And again, you could probably say inat wikanegi na usti, or you could say inat we gute, right? Na inat or we ute. So then they're picking up hickory nuts, sohi danute. Okay, could also say sohi we danute. Are you all picking up the baby ducks? Dichinegis nakawona need. Could also be widichinegis nakawona need. Okay. Ginuti gute. I'm picking up a quarter. Okay. So let's look at this word gute and let's see what it says over here. So in order to do that, I will go up to the Cherokee phonetic box. Okay. So gute means he's picking him or picking it up. Now, if you see, it has G-U-T for 3-S-G-A-N, and then it has Gute for 3-S-G-I-N. So the third person singular, this is the object. So they both mean I am picking it up. Okay, I am picking it up. However, gute is I am picking up something that's not alive. Gute means I'm picking up something that's living. Okay? And then hute means you are picking up something not alive. Hiute is you are picking something up alive. Okay? So it's slightly different, right? So we can see this he's picking up some broken glass, right? And if you look at this, even this word vacuum cleaner, I think is unole, wind, gute stote, something used to pick it up. So wind used to pick up, for vacuum cleaner. So that word gute is here, okay? Gute is used to pick up anything. So the sentence over here, Gayula kilo genus tana, jiwis tana, juwu test, he anaya jani lageya. Already, Gayula kilo, someone, Jinawistana, I asked, Juwu test, to pick up, to pick them up, Juwu test. He anaya, these rocks, Jani lageya, that are laying around, okay? So, so this word gute, like I said, whenever we can get a speaker here, we'll talk more about this word and these words to pick up and get their perspectives on it. But we're about out of time, so from all of us here at RSU TV and Cherokee Nation, I do want to say, Wadon, Don Dago Ha'i, Jadox Ostest, and we'll just keep working on it. Thank you.